back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Angela and I'm a fourth year business student at McGill University here in beautiful Montreal, Quebec. And if you've seen my vlogs before, you'll know that cafe hopping is one of my absolute favorite pastimes in the city. I absolutely love studying at cafes because I hate how quiet it is at the library, so I always choose a cafe. So because of that, I have been to over 25 or maybe even 30 cafes in the past year, which is kind of crazy. I am super excited to be making this video of my top 10 cafes because I've just been telling my friends that I'm going to make this video for so long and I just never got around to it. So I am finally taking the time now to sit down and film this video, and I hope you enjoy my cafe recommendations. As you'll see in this video, a lot of my criteria, I guess, or how I judge cafes is really based on their study vibes, because as a university student, that's really what I'm looking for, is a good Wi-Fi, plugs, a nice environment. So a lot of my decisions of whether I like a cafe or not is based on how nice the study vibes are. Also, as you'll see in this video, my go-to drink at a cafe is usually a matcha latte if they have it. And so if you're looking for like coffee recommendations, I can't really provide too many of those for you because I don't drink coffee that often. That's just a quick disclaimer before I get into my top 10 cafes that I absolutely adore in Montreal. So let's jump right into the first one, which is actually Crew Collective and Cafe, which is this giant cafe in Old Montreal, and it is absolutely iconic here in the city. It's actually an old bank that they converted into a cafe, and fun fact, the bank vault is actually a club that I've been to called La Voûte, but Crew Cafe is super iconic in the city. It's super well known because it's just stunning. The interior is beautiful, so it is very, very popular and often pretty difficult to find seats. It's always packed when I'm there. So personally, I wouldn't recommend it as a study cafe, but maybe somewhere to go and chill with your friends for a few hours because it's just so magnificent to look at. It's definitely somewhere that you have to check out if you're in the city. Even if you're just visiting, I think it's an incredible spot to just grab a drink. For the actual cafe area, there are quite a few seats, but it's always so busy that it's really hard to snag one. So either go early or just try to wait it out until people leave. My second recommendation is one that I visited earlier this year called Melk, M-E-L-K, and it is this really tiny cafe that's on Stanley. I don't know if they have another location, but that's the one that I went to. It was super busy when I went there, even though it was on a weekday during the afternoon, and there was just so many busy professionals coming in and out of the cafe, but it's also a really nice one to get work done. But I got a matcha latte there. I highly, highly recommend it. I'm sure their coffee is also incredible. My third recommendation is Tommy, which is a really popular chain of cafes in the city. They do have multiple locations. I know they have one in Plateau, but the one that I go to most often is the one in Old Montreal, right next to Old Port. It's just filled with plants, and they have like multiple levels that you can sit at and study at, and it's always very busy too, so it is a little bit harder to grab a spot at. They do also have food, so I've tried their avocado toast before and their grilled cheese. They were okay. I wouldn't recommend it, but their drinks are delicious. I've had their matcha latte before, but my favorite drink there is actually their Lucky Charms latte. Their bakery section is actually really, really good as well. I've had a bunch of their cookies and their pastries and stuff, so I would also definitely recommend those, and the baristas there are just so nice and friendly. My fourth recommendation is Cafe Aunja, which is a really cozy Persian cafe on Sherbrooke, and this one is great for studying. A lot of students are always there getting work done because it's really close to campus. My go-to drink when I'm there is their Persian fog, which is like topped with pistachios and this really delicious syrup. I forgot what it is, but it's so good. Also, their food looks incredible. I haven't personally tried it, but I've looked through their menu. They have so many different options, so I might go back and get some food next time I go. But I love Cafe Aunja. It's perfect for studying. Everybody there's usually studying, and it's like relatively large and has a lot of tables there, so it's a really good option near campus if you want to get some work done. And number 5 for me is another cafe near campus. It actually opened up really recently, and I went like the first day or like the opening weekend. It is called Solit Cafe, or Cafe Solit. It is this absolutely adorable cafe right across the street from campus. It is, I think it's on Mansfield. It is just this really cute cafe. There's like oranges along the ceiling. It's super beautiful. They have a bunch of different pastry options which all look delicious, and I got a matcha latte there, which was literally probably like the best matcha latte I've had in the city. It was so good and the baristas were so nice. I would definitely recommend checking it out if you're looking to study somewhere near campus or just hang out with your friends. Editing Angela popping in here real quick just because I did go back to Cafe Solit recently and I found out that they don't have Wi-Fi and there's only like one plug in the entire cafe. So I wouldn't say it's the best place to study unless you don't need Wi-Fi and you don't need your laptop, but it still has the best matcha latte that I've had in Montreal. So I still stand by the fact that it is on this list and it is an incredible cafe. It's so adorable. The baristas are super nice. But yeah, anyways, I'll get back into the video now. Number 6 is La Finca Cafe, which I think it's all the way down to Blurry, closer to Old Montreal. It is this really cute cafe with a little market inside so you can buy products and stuff, and they have an incredible drink menu there. I got their matcha latte and their pastries also looked really good. I don't think I tried it when I went, but it is definitely a really aesthetic cafe. I love the vibe in there. The one thing is they do have designated tables for laptops, meaning that like if you're getting work done, they only have certain seats that you can sit at to do work. My 7th cafe recommendation is one in the Plateau area. It's called Cafe Replica and it's just a really calm and rustic cafe in the Plateau. It feels very like homey and comfortable, and when I went there was just like a bunch of people getting work done there, so it's definitely perfect for studying. It's not too far from campus, I would say, so I would definitely recommend going there if you just want somewhere chill to study. Like it's not loud at all. It was really quiet actually when we went. Everybody was there on their laptops studying, so it was just like a really good environment to be productive and actually get work done. I ordered the hojicha latte there, which was so freaking good. I highly recommend it. Number 8 is Brewery Faro Roasting House, which is a cafe near Guy Concordia area. It was on my list for a really long time before I actually went because I just passed by it all the time and I saw it. So when I actually did, I absolutely loved it. I think it's such a perfect studying cafe, honestly. Like they have great Wi-Fi, they have plugs everywhere. A lot of people there were also getting work done, so it's really nice to study at. I ordered a matcha latte and I also got a chocolatine there, which were both really good. But yeah, overall just like amazing study vibes. Number 9 is another super popular chain in Montreal called Cafe Olimpico. It is super famous for their coffee. I'm pretty sure it's like award-winning coffee and like known as the best coffee in Montreal. So if you're a big coffee enthusiast, I would highly recommend checking it out. They have 3 locations, I think. There's one in Old Montreal near Old Port, there's one downtown right next to the Eaton Center, and then there's the one in Mile End in the Plateau area. So they are definitely a super popular and famous chain in Montreal. I've been to all 3 of their locations, but I really studied at 2 of them. I studied at the one in downtown. It's really small, so that's the only thing with that one is it's tiny. There's like maybe like 4 tables there, so if you can get a table and work there, I would highly recommend it. I did that and it was just a perfect studying environment. It is pretty dark in there, so it might make you fall asleep, but the coffee is incredible. The barista was so freaking nice. I also tried one of their little mini croissant things that were also really delicious because they have pastries there. And then I also went to the Mile End location just like yesterday. It's much bigger and there is a lot of space to study. There's a lot of people there working, so I would definitely check that one out if you're in the Plateau area as well. But overall, Cafe Olimpico is just known for being incredible as a cafe, and so I would highly recommend it to anybody who is visiting Montreal or who lives here and is studying here. It's definitely a great spot if you're trying to get work done or not. And at Olimpico, I do get their coffee because I have to, because it is just known for being like the best coffee in Montreal. Lastly, number 10 is one that I went to pretty recently. It's called Cafe Nocturne. It is right next to Saint Laurent, so it's pretty close to campus, but still far enough to not have like too many students there. There are like a lot of people there that were working on their laptops, but it was such an incredible cafe. I absolutely loved it. It is pretty popular, so there was a lot of people coming in and out. The baristas are so friendly and just like chatting with everybody. They have like really good Wi-Fi, they have plugs, they have everything, so if you need to get work done, definitely recommend Cafe Nocturne. I ordered the matcha latte and got a chocolatine with that as well. They were both absolutely incredible. The chocolatine was actually like the best chocolatine ever. It was so flaky and delicious, so if you can try their pastries, I would definitely recommend it. My friends got their coffee and the mac and cheese with with braised beef, which was really good. So if you're looking to grab a bite there as well, they do have some food options. After I went to that cafe, I wish that I had gone earlier because it is such a great cafe to study at and get work done at. But yeah, those are all 10 of my favorite cafes in Montreal in no particular order. I do have quite a few other ones on my list as well, so I might make a part 2 of this video because I literally have like 15 more cafes, and maybe after this week even more than that. So definitely stay tuned for more videos about cafes if that's what you're interested in. If you've tried any cafes in Montreal, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to check out more cafes. I absolutely love that cafes are such a big part of the culture here, and it's definitely one of my favorite things about the city and something I'm gonna miss a lot when I leave. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing about all of my favorite cafes in the city, and if you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more videos of my life here in Montreal as a McGill University student, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!